Hi Scorpios, welcome. It is Luna back for another Zodiac general reading. Today, as you can tell, we are doing Scorpio, so if you have any Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North, South Node, any major placements, feel free to watch. And if you do not have any Scorpio placements at all, do feel free to continue because we can embody this energy at any time, alright guys? So thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate all your energy. Today we're going to be using the traditional manga tarot deck, as you could see I had, right? So have your intentions before we start this, and yeah, I'm gonna set my intentions as well. Alright. So thank you all who have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting on my videos. I greatly appreciate all your energetical love. Thank you so much. Holy Spirit, thank you. Guides, ancestors of the highest whitest light, I thank you so much for your love, your compassion, your help and understanding. I thank you for all that you do for us, and I thank you for the viewers who come to join and hear your loving messages channeled through me. I don't know, I don't know if I was outside, but if it was, there was a really loud screech. It kind of sounded like just in my ear. I couldn't tell. So if you heard that, it was outside. If not, it was in my ear. And that can always be a sign, either way, of just extra confirmation that Spirit is here and speaking. So, was in my left ear. So, let's go. Thank you so much, Spirit, for all the messages that you provide me and the collective. I thank you for the protection that you give me at this very moment while I am channeling your divine, loving messages of the highest, whitest light. I thank you for helping my viewers with protection and discernment as well, for all messages that are theirs and that are not. Thank you for having a message for every single person who has come here today. Thank you. Messages for Scorpio and anyone else. Thank you, Spirit. Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for Scorpio? Messages. Oh, I forgot to do thingy thing. Okay, before we pull these two cards, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so messages for Scorpio, general messages. Highest, whitest light. Alright, just gonna do this once more. Alrighty, let's go. Maybe once more. Okay. There we go. Spirit, what do you have to say, Holy Spirit? Overall energies for Scorpio at this time. What's going on? I am shook. I'm pretty sure we just got the World and the Hanged Man and Strength in our last reading. For I did Virgo. Okay. Well, if you felt called to watch that, do feel free to listen in on that, alright? So, sorry, camera's weird. So, bottom of the deck, Empress. It's funny, they got Empress as their third card. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the Emperor and the Six of Pentacles for this. Okay, so I'm gonna set this over here. Yeah, that's better. Okay. The Eight of Wands. Birds flying around in the background, excuse her. Alrighty, what does Scorpio need to hear at this time? What does Scorpio need to hear? What does Scorpio need to hear? So We have the Two of Swords, Page of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. Okay. We also have the Lovers and the Nine of Swords. Are you feeling tempted by something perchance? With the the specific imagery, it really stands out to me how it presents the woman staring at the apple. It reminds me of the like apple in the Garden of Eden, you know, Adam and Eve, you know, if you're familiar with Christian biblical stories. So, hmm, hmm. Okay, so the energy that I got, like this person's not showing their face. It's giving me this energy of shame for some reason. It's like, now I say this with no judgment towards anyone, but we all know cheating is not a, in the most lack of better terms, because I don't like to label anything as good or bad, just with positive or negative consequences, whatever we do. Cheating, bad, right? It's not a good thing, it's bad, it's negative, it does not do anything positive for us or anyone, right? It gives me that energy of entertaining another partner or being tempted with something, taking this temptation, and then feeling guilty afterwards. And you're hiding your face while still holding on to this pentacle. And with the Knight of Wands, it almost like further confirmed that, because the Knight of Wands is like that playery, lusty energy for me. Page of Cups is like creativity, but it's weird because it starts off with this energy of the Emperor, right? Stability, Six of Pentacles, it's that generous nature, right? It's benevolent. Eight of Wands as well. It's a happy-go-lucky energy to go after their dreams, but then the Two of Swords comes out. And it gives me that energy of getting tied up after a lot of movement. I don't know why. These remind me of like roller coasters back here. And it's like you're in this dip in the ground and you need to move upwards, right? And something catches your eye, or perhaps, I don't know if this is you or another person, perhaps you have to reverse the roles, but yeah, it just gives me that like stagnant energy. Um, the wheel. So, mm, yeah, I mean, even in the imagery, she's looking up. You're seeing something. There's something that catches your eye. Um, what is this, spirit? What is this? Now, in that cheating scenario, right, quote that I gave earlier, it didn't have to be quite literally cheating. This can be just something that you do feel shame about, right? That's why I did use the words good or bad. It's like this term. It depends on how we label it. I mean, we can label something that is positive endings or positive consequences as bad, right? But it's the labels that we put and our judgment on the situation, right? It feels like for some of you it could be something as simple as let's say you get offered a job, right? But people think this is a bad job, right? It's for some reason they don't think you should take it, and then you're up worrying about it and you take it anyways, but you have this cover and slight bit of shame because you have to cover it up, but you look forward to this, you wanted this, it's something you really felt drawn towards. Yeah, King of Wands. I mean, King of Wands personally is like, it's like the double-faced energy. It's going after things from a passionate view rather than intellect. Let's see. Let's get further clarification before I continue speaking. Three of Swords. Someone quite literally could have someone could have done this to you, but this may be a you thing. With strength though, strength twice, it does give me the implication that perhaps this energy that I'm picking up is not you, right? It's this other person. That would make a lot of sense because with the Emperor, right, that we had in the beginning, there is like that double message of this other person who presents themselves as this really loving and lovely being, but is not so much. What's going on? King of Pentacles, okay. Explanation, Spirit. Moon and the Ace of Wands. Okay, so Scorpio, I feel like we have the world at the bottom of the text. We have double worlds. So whatever you're dealing with, right? There is this undeniable energy of stagnancy, okay? That's for number one. Number two, there is a, I'm not sure how to put this, a halt in the step, right, that caused the stagnancy. I feel like you were going really well. I feel like it's weird because it doesn't feel like a tower moment, but in the sense of it kind of does. Perhaps you were always kind of in this stagnancy, you just didn't notice it, so that's why it's not like a tower moment. You kind of did notice it, but you're just kind of ignoring it. It's like, what, Scorpio, what's going on? There's so many, like, possibilities I feel in this pile. There's not one or the other. Be careful not to get too tempted by your, like, lusty side or even your passions, right? I'm noticing there are the type of swords that we do have, right, have to do with confusion, more confusion, just worried confusion, and hurt, okay? Those are the swords we have on the table at the moment, and these swords all point, get it, point, sorry, they all point towards the direction of your mind not being where it should be, right? So I'm getting this kind of message, right, that is speaking on not doing things without really thinking about it, okay? There's this strength that is needed, this inner strength. Now I understand, okay? Sorry it took so long. We're already 14 minutes into the video, and finally I'm getting the real message. Holding your strength, not being tempted. This strength is there because you're supposed to move forward in the right way, but there are gonna be options, I feel like, and some of these options can lead to heartbreak. Now this may be past people coming in, right? who you've had a bad past with, and they come back like, oh, I can change, I can change. Are they gonna change? Because didn't they say that 4 times ago? You know, like something like that. Or perhaps something you just feel like you shouldn't go towards. There's this energy of something not sitting right with you. So take it as it is. It'll resonate differently for all of you. So let's see, anything else? 7 of Pentacles gives me the time of ripeness. You've planted seeds, they're growing, you're seeing the fruits of your labor start to kind of pay off, just continue watering. Yeah, 8 of Cups, okay. So, what's this 8 of Cups about? I want to get some clarification. 2 of Cups, yeah, that love, just walk away. Just walk away. Choose a new cycle, guys. The world does talk on cycles, right? You're choosing another cycle. You have options. I do feel like with the world, they have 4 cats around it. I don't usually get this, but they all have their hand up, and it feels like they're all like saying, "Call on me," like when you're in class. But there's one person who has 2 hands up and their eyes closed, right? And the other one's winking up there. This one's 2 eyes and 2 hands. 2 eyes, yeah. Anyways, there is one is for you, one is not, right? You may have multiple options, you may have a lot of things coming forward. So be careful on what you're choosing, be careful on what you're just kind of entertaining. Walk away from things that don't serve you. It's so much easier to get them out of your field if you can. Not being so worried about it, because these are toxic people, I guess. So don't feel guilty. The Hermit. Okay. Hear me out, guys. When I was meditating on your energy, before I actually started the reading, right? I was just picturing the Hermit card. And it's really interesting because I feel like there's some sort of energy that's just needing you to go inwards. It's heavy. It's needing to be dealt with. There's something in the darkness that is seeking to be brought to the light. And through this, you do have to kind of conquer your inner demons. You have to conquer your own self, okay? So, let's see what else. I did not have it upside down on the other way. Nope, you didn't see that. Spirit, what kind of advice do you have for them? The Death card and the 5 of Pentacles. Rebirth will bring change and swift forward motion out of this kind of cold hanged man energy, right? The Devil, okay? So I have to be honest there is that energy of attachment, not wanting to move. You may be really attached to this person. I mean, hey, I get it. It does feel a little like obsessive, right? I've been there, trust me. Yeah, King of Swords, sometimes we just have to cut things off very briskly and abruptly, because they don't serve us, right? They keep us bound, like the 8 of Swords here shows us. They are nothing more than attachments that keep us bound. The Tower, yeah, I was just waiting for it, honestly. Tower moment. You break free alone. This is you, alone. No one else. This is one of the only decks that I have in my entire pile that only has one person following. And I intuitively choose all of my decks before I channel for each person or each collective energy that I'm going to be reading for. So, last card, Spirit. Thank you so much, Holy Spirit. And the Hierophant. Okay. So, doing things in divine nature and not by, like, what people expect of you. Doing things from your intuition. Doing things from the guidance of your intuition. That will always bring the best option. Sorry for the camera there. It will always bring the most beneficial, I want to say opportunities. It will always bring the most beneficial knowledge, all of that stuff that you really want. We have the Page of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, right? So there is this emphasis, right, of being all that you can be in your most authentic self, okay? Choosing new cycles, not entertaining the things that you did of the past. There is a choice of representation for yourself, and it's gonna completely change you, right? So just be continuing to look at everything for what it is, look at yourself for what it is, and don't go towards things that you've walked away from. It's like digging through your trash can, man. You threw it out for a reason. Now, unless you dropped your, like, I was gonna say your divorce papers in there, but I really wanted to say, like, your wedding ring, but then I thought I don't know. Unless you drop something really valuable in there, you better find out why you dropped it in there in the first place, guys. Because realistically, we are not clumsy, or we should not be clumsy with our life like that. At least not in a literal sense, like people and stuff like that. We can lose objects, but are you saying you just completely forgot about Jimmy over there that was worth $1 million, you know? Like, that's the type of energy I'm getting. Don't go looking for Jared down the street. No offense to these names, I'm just pulling random names up the street. Down the street who treats you like trash, who realistically is worth like $1 right now, because that personality, that emotional tolerance is not there. Stuff like that, guys. Okay, so I do pray that this reading brought you love, light, guidance, and confirmation, guys. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I thank you all who have been supporting my channel, liking, sharing, and subscribing, all that good stuff. I pray that I see you guys again. I loved reading for you, and I hope you have an amazing day or night whenever you're watching this, alright? Bye, guys!